This is the sort of houses that you often see in movies, etc. And it's just really cool to walk around here. It's like being on a movie set. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
And welcome to Toronto.
Welcome to Toronto. We are downtown Toronto right now. Why is there so much noise here? I thought Canada was nice and not noisy.
Anyway, we are in Toronto. This is our first day in Canada. I'm super excited because this is sort of like, this is the beginning of the Pan-American adventure, so it is going to be so nice.
Just a few more days till we get our van, Vinny, back and we can start our Pan-American journey. So we're gonna drive from Canada to Alaska and then from Alaska all the way to Argentina. Just a little road trip, you know, like 40,000 kilometers, nothing.
Look at the skyscrapers. Look at that.
Yeah, that too. Wow, Toronto downtown looks really cool with all these skyscrapers, very modern buildings, but you also have like this old church here right next to us. It's a cool mix.
And here we have our first glimpse of the most famous building of all in Toronto. It's the tower, the CN Tower?
Yeah.
No, the CN Tower, right?
Yeah, it's right there.
It's right up there. I've seen so many pictures
Oh my god, the CN Tower is growing out of your head.
I've seen so many pictures of the CN Tower in like the skyline of Toronto and stuff, but I've obviously never seen it.
Should we go up there?
Yeah, let's do that. But first, we need to engage in a very Canadian business that I've been dying to try for a few weeks now. So when I think of Canada, there are three things that I always think about that probably have been ingrained into my brain because of movies and TV shows. Maple syrup, bears, and Tim Hortons. Hi, good morning. Can I get a double please? So, Tim Hortons, in case you're not familiar with it, is arguably Canada's most favorite coffee chain. It is to Canada what Starbucks is to the rest of the world. And all the time on like YouTube and stuff, whenever I would watch these videos of people living in Canada, they would go to Tim Hortons and they would get what is called a double, which is a coffee with 2 doses of milk and 2 sugar. And it's like a thing in Canada. So I'm managing my expectations. I'm not sure how good it's gonna be, but I just wanted to try it because I've always seen it online. Sweet, milky. It's not the best coffee, but I mean, it's still so cool that you get to try it here because we see this sort of stuff online all the time. And it has a Canadian maple leaf on the top here, on the lid.
It's okay, it's not bad, it's not good, it's
Medium.
Coffee with lots of milk and lots of sugar. Cold brew, black and cold, just like my heart. Here we made it to the highest building
in all of North America. Look at that.
It's actually all of the Americas even.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the highest building in all of the Americas.
The CN Tower. It makes sense. It's about 560 meters tall. I want to go to the top.
Yeah, we can go to the top. There's a bunch of other stuff here as well. You have the aquarium, the Rogers Center, Metro Toronto Convention Center. Oh my god, Kim, look at that. Do you recognize that logo?
The EY logo.
The EY, it's a company I used to work for until 3 years ago. I was working there. That was my whole career. I worked there for 6 years. I was a manager in a consulting firm.
Always when we travel, he looks for the EY logo because it reminds him of the life we had before we started traveling. I have to take a picture of it, obviously.
Yeah, please take a picture, Kim. Yeah, it always reminds me why we do this and with life we left behind, which was also like sometimes nice, but really happy we get to travel full time and get to spend a lot of time together, have freedom, all that good stuff. Bye, EY.
Look at this, guys. Right in front of the tower here is this old American school bus or Canadian in this case, but to me that's really something straight out of a movie. Like, we don't have this at home. At home it's usually parents drop the kids off by car, or you take a normal public transport bus if you're old enough, but that is straight out of a movie. It's so cool.
Wow, when you're down here, it looks really high.
You sort of have to crank your neck back really far. This better be good though, because it's real expensive. Like, I thought it would...
$97 for two people.
97 Canadian dollars, so I think that's about
80, 75, 80 US dollars.
Yeah, which is mucho. It better be a really good view.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the highest tower in all of the Americas.
We had to come and check it out.
Had to come here.
Welcome to the CN Tower. We are traveling 22 kilometers per hour toward our main observation level, 346 meters or 1,136 feet above the ground.
I can feel my ears popping.
Yeah. When you think that this lift was last maintained?
I figured we'd have to wear whoa, my goodness.
This is amazing.
Look at this. The city and the water. Wow. And the windows are so big, like they're floor to ceiling and they're all around you.
Wow, this view is just spectacular. I could stay up here for hours. I mean, it's so cool. Every area of the city is so green, except for like the downtown, of course. But outside of downtown, everything's super green.
So we were getting pretty thirsty, so I went to get some water. And the guy who was behind the cash register was so funny because he was like, "Do you have to tell you if you want some water? We just got it in, so it's not cold, but it is wet." So, I mean, that's pretty much all we need. It wasn't even that expensive. This was like $10 Canadian, which up here is less than I expected, honestly.
And you get this kind of view, so can't complain about that. Wow, luxury water.
It's wet. One other thing that we're super excited about, especially me, is a purchase that we secretly made when we were back home in Belgium. We got ourselves what I'm calling the bear lens, because this is like a telephoto lens, 70 to 300 millimeter lens. Look at that baby. Size matters, folks. Size matters. We bought this because we think we're gonna see loads of wildlife here in Canada. We're gonna ask Naick to use our main vlogging lens to zoom in on the Toronto Islands over there, please.
Look, there's an airplane over there. Do you see it? Let's zoom into it. There's the airplane.
So you'd think that this, what we're showing you on the screen right now, that is it, the closest we can get to the little dot. But wait, there's more. You can see the propellers and everything.
Crazy.
It's crazy. I love this lens. I've already used it a bunch of times today and I absolutely love it. Anyway, moving on to other stuff for those of you who are not interested in lenses.
Time to head down and time for some very, very Canadian stuff. Time for some Canadian food.
Perhaps even more, probably even more Canadian than Tim Hortons.
Yeah. Like, most people will know this.
The double-double was nothing, folks, compared to what we're gonna have now.
It's time for the quintessential best Canadian comfort food ever. Well, I hope it's going to be good. Look what we came across. Graffiti Alley.
You will not believe this, folks, but this is an alley with loads of cool graffiti.
It does look pretty cool.
Just look at this, everywhere, everything is covered in graffiti. And that just might be the coolest one for me. Like the detail on that board, I think it is. Something. wild animal with blue hair.
Wow. Oh, it's a whole building. It's on this side as well.
That is super rare that you see a whole building like 3 stories high done in the exact same theme.
Wow. I think I read somewhere online that Graffiti Alley is about half a mile long, so it's almost 1 kilometer long.
I'm
with
hungry,
all these
though.
side alleys and yeah, but we're walking in the right direction.
You better be.
I think. Wait, let me check.
It's really cool though.
Yeah, we're getting closer-ish. After a long and treacherous journey across Toronto, we've made it. The best poutine in all of Toronto. It even has a sign. So I'm not making this up. Like, this is the best poutine. People always wonder, like, when we film videos and we eat food, like some people at home, like our family, tells us, "Oh, you always say, it's very good." That's not possible. But you know, we just research out of everything that we eat, and we just go to find the best spots to eat. 2 portions of poutine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am so hungry, I'm drooling, and this smells so good. This is the quintessential Canadian food. This is called poutine. It's basically French fries with gravy. It's usually, I think, beef gravy, and then some cheese strips on top of it. And that's basically it. So, very simple, very traditional. We have the classic version, which is this one. And then we have the new and maybe improved version with bacon on top of it. So it's the same, but bacon added. And nothing in life ever gets worse from adding bacon to it. So I guess it's going to be better. All right, time for a very historical moment. My first bite of poutine. Oh, this is good.
I totally expected it to be good though, because I mean it's fries with stuff added on top. We're Belgian, we love fries. Just give it to me. I can smell it now. Just give it.
It's like crispy fried with a lot of sauce on it, like this gravy sauce and cheese. The fatness
baby,
of the
where has
fries.
this been
So
all my
good.
life?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Canadians have found the perfect way to upgrade normal fries. As Belgians, we are proud and grateful. Good. The gravy's good.
Now, the one with bacon. Drum roll, please. It is really good as well. But I don't know if it's better though. Because like the bacon is like a really strong smoky flavor to it, and this one was more like imbalanced. Now I'm going to really go loco and mix the two together. There you go.
Now there's bacon on everything.
Now just bacon on everything. I mean, after eating a few more bites and having good taste of the flavor, I think the one with bacon is the best one. Yeah.
So we also need to buy something. We want like a really big map of Canada in order to like be able to map out our travels old school. We think they might have that in the bookstore, so hopefully they're gonna have it at this one. But look at this, they sell these $1 books, all secondhand, these babies. It's a really good deal. If I was a map, where would I hide? Second-hand bookstore apparently. We each bought a book. It was like 10 Canadian dollars total for like 2 books, and I've been meaning to read
So
this
it's like
one.
€8,
anyway.
$8, something like that.
But it's a used bookstore, so they didn't have any maps of Canada, so didn't get the maps, but we got some books, so that's already progress, I'd say.
Well, not really, because we came for a map though.
Alright, so the search for a map continues. It's also starting to rain, and I'm getting really tired actually. I think the food coma is hitting from all the fries and the meat
Poutine
gravy and the cheese that was in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh god. Whew. Stuff like a Christmas turkey, I tell you. Alright, let's try this one.
Again, no luck. Guys said we use GPS nowadays, so.
Just went into the 7-Eleven. They don't have maps here either. It's not looking good, folks. It's not looking good. Where do people get maps in Canada? Do people even ever still use maps in Canada? Probably not. But I like it. It's old school. I want one.
morning. We are now at our hostel at the bottom floor. There's a really good coffee shop with really big lattes.
Huge lattes. And they're really, really good actually. We're gonna do some planning today for our road trip across Canada.
Because in a few days we will be flying to Halifax to pick up our van, and we will start our drive from Halifax, so from the eastern side of Canada all across Canada to the western side to Alaska, where we'll start our Pan-American highway trip. But
that is 8,000 kilometers.
Yeah, it's 8,000 kilometers, but to be honest, when we were at home we didn't have much time to plan really, because we had so much work, freelance work going on, we had to ship our van, all that stuff. So we have like a rough idea of the highlights. Of course, we want to do Banff National Park, Jasper, wanted to go to Niagara Falls and a few other things that are really famous, but of course it's like an 8,000 kilometer stretch.
We need more than two or three stops.
Yeah, otherwise it's gonna be like, oh, let's drive 4,000 kilometers to Banff, and then let's drive 2,000 kilometers to the border, and that's it. So today
we're gonna do some planning.
Bottoms up. Just right around the corner from our hostel is a really beautiful neighborhood, very like traditional Canadian neighborhood, at least from what I can tell. It's just around the corner here. There's some really beautiful houses.
And we've been trying to make a habit for the past couple of days to each morning head out there for a morning walk, because it's a nice way to start the day. So this, at least to us, is about as Canadian as it gets. Look at these houses. They're so beautiful. To me, again, this just feels like something a little bit out of a movie or a TV show, because this is the sort of houses that you often see in movies, etc. And it's just really cool to walk around here. It's like being on a movie set. Almost every single one of these houses, I think actually like 90% of them, have porches in the front, which again, nobody at home has that.
I love this. And this neighborhood is just about 10-15 minutes from the city center. I can't believe how green it is, how cozy it is, but also how calm and quiet it is.
Toronto's really green, yeah.
And the weather's great today as well. I could live here.
It's sunny.
In summer, probably.
Oh, and actually, we've seen so much wildlife already. Even just being here a couple of days. Yesterday, we were walking along this street in the morning and we saw a fox. I think it was actually right here that we saw a fox early in the morning at like 7 a.m. This is a city with 3 million people, and a fox was just strolling around this residential neighborhood, which was really cool.
And they also have these nice little front yards as well.
It's beautiful. I do think it's quite expensive to live here though, because this is like just outside of Toronto and Canada is not cheap. Even though these houses are quite small, they're probably really expensive.
Someone even made a little free library. Bunch of books. Think you can exchange them, or
maybe when we finish our books that we just bought, we can leave them in a little free library.
That's a good idea.
I know, full of them.
In a couple of days we are flying to Halifax to pick up our van. We just got a message that the boat is arriving already tomorrow, but it needs a couple of days to get off the boat and blah blah blah, but we'll see you there.
See you in the next one. Bye bye.